an interesting part of anti-cheating right now. I'll touch on this subject, knowing it's sensitive, but I'm not going to get into the sensitive stuff. But I'll say this, in giving some different interviews and talking about it, one of the things I think people are often surprised to hear about when it comes to statistics about how we're able to kind of aggregate someone's DNA as far as who they are. And I gave some comments about this when the Houston Astros scandal was happening, and I won't say to who, but it was people who were dealing with different things about it. And one of the things we pointed out, Hikaru, you'll love this, is one of the things people take for granted when you're measuring someone's ability to achieve greatness is that if they're receiving inside information, when you look at someone's DNA about how often they receive, forget about receiving, how often they play the best move. There, no matter what, over a lifetime of data, there will be the times they play the best move, but there will also be times they miss, where they swing and miss, right? Or they throw a dart and miss, or you tried to play the best move, but you blunder, right? And over a lifetime of data, you can see someone's DNA, who they are as a chess player, the amount of times they play the best move, and the amount of times they don't play the best move. One of the things that we do that a lot of people, I think, know about that is a little more innovative, more than just like advanced T1, T2 analysis or comparing yourself to stockfish, is like we're looking at ways to sort of measure people in a, how can I almost walked into a big data thing there. I can't say because it's our algorithm, but I'll say this, that we are, I can say this, that like one of the most fundamental mistakes people make is forgetting that where chess engines have evolved, just comparing to the top engine is no longer a useful way to look at it, because every engine is so much better than humans that the aggregate way looking at T1, T2, T3 of any one engine is like moving the goalpost and wondering why, like, I kicked it through the middle and the goalpost wasn't there. To use a football analogy, it was moved to the left corner or the front of the end zone or here, right? So one of the innovative things that we've done as far as how we can aggregate what we do is like, if you look at things from an evaluation perspective versus the top move perspective, there's always a top move, but there are moves that fit within the top group of moves. Because this allows you to, in a more broad sense, catch sophisticated cheating, because people are matching up with a move that stays within the top eval, let's say 0 to 0.24 before you get 0.25. And you don't have to necessarily be playing the top move to be playing the best move. And then there's how many times people play the, so call it evaluation 1, E1 versus E2 versus E3. And within those brackets, there are multiple moves that could be E1, E2, E3. I'm actually sharing more than I should, but I don't care. I'm not going to stop because this is fascinating stuff and people love it. So the point is, you have a bucket, and when you look at someone's ability to play the best moves within a bucket, and we're already doing it better than just top moves, what you have is you can't play the best moves more often. Back to the Altuve, we'll go back to Astros. What was tipping about the Astros data and like the opinions that we gave on that statistically, Hikaru, is not just...
Amar just made a huge catch, by the way.
Okay, awesome. I love it. Sorry.
Yeah, so keep going.
What was interesting is not just someone's ability to turn on a fastball and hit it over left field when they know a fastball is coming. Someone's ability to execute when they receive inside information at a more efficient level, i.e., receiving like a best chess move. On the one hand, is reflected by playing the best chess move. But if you aggregate that data over time, what's really telling about the Astros scandal was how often they were no longer swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. Meaning, when you have inside information, you're more likely to swing at balls you know what they are, and you're actually less likely to swing when you don't have the tip, which makes you less likely to swing when a ball is outside the strike zone. So statistically, over time, when you aggregate data, you can actually look at it and know that something that is wrong over here as the best move also makes something wrong over here as the worst move. What it means is they're also playing their worst moves less often. Does this make you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
When you look at someone's DNA, that's one of the fascinating things about it, because I only brought it up because you mentioned the Astros, is that when someone is doing something wrong, it doesn't just reflect in their ability to do it right. It also, if you're doing statistics properly, reflects in how much they make less of, not necessarily blunders, because people want to see blunders, but they're no longer swinging within the strike zone, but missing at the same way they used to. And so that kind of tells you that something is wrong.